Federal tread. So pretty. Alright, what is up YouTube? As you may have seen there, I did a couple of things to the wheels, as well as some other stuff that I'll go over in a second. But Uni has now got some new shoes. These are the Federal RS Pros. They're in a 225 by 45, wrapped in my 17 by 9. Plus 38 offset RayS 57 CRs that are no longer white. I scraped the white off and I'll go over that in a second. I got these tires because they're very similar to the RS double Rs, which are known to be like the biggest budget 200 treadwear tire out there. And they're pretty good tires, just loud is all. And I got these RS Pros because they have more water capabilities than the double Rs. And I figure since I live in a state that rains pretty much every other day, probably want these. You know, since it'll be in the rain sometimes. Got a rant for just 1 second, okay? I super wrapped the wheels, which for those of you who don't know, it's like plasti dip, but like a super glossy finish, almost. And I'd used the product before. I had my wheels black, and then I decided to go with the Fuji white, which I loved the color. It was like white, but with like a bunch of gold and silver flake in it, and it had a super glossy enamel finish when I was done. But super wrap as compared to plasti dip, which is what my car is not durable at all. I mean, I only took it to autocross and maybe took the car into the gravel a few times, but anytime a rock or something, I dropped a lug nut one time on the wheel when I was taking off my wheels, just sliced the super wrap right open. So the finish was great, but the durability was terrible. And I gotta say, removing it was a total hack. On their website, they say, you know, you just peel it off. It comes off as like one giant thing that you peel off. Well, that's if you have it on for 4 months or so. If you're like me and you had it on for, shit, almost a year, it comes off in like flakes. And towards the end there, it was a pain in the ass. I was hitting it with the pressure washer, wasn't blowing any bits off. I'd have my friend help me. I was using brake cleaner and a gasket scraper at the end just to like get every little flake off, because whatever they use to make that stuff is not meant to be semi-permanent. It is very temporary. Enough about that. In addition to getting the new tires and changing the colors of the wheels again, I got some EBC red stuff pads. I can't really see them, but there they are. And the EBC red stuff pads, I've tried them a little bit before already, and I know I'm notably more stopping power than the O'Reilly pads that I had before. The red stuff are like ceramic compounds, so a little bit better. And then to top it all off, you guys already know, I got the sparkle bucket in there. So combined with these three things, new pads, new tires, a bucket so I'm not gonna slide around in, fresh cut, should be no excuse for a solid time at autocross. And I'm really excited because now I've got everything working in my favor. You know, what's the worst thing that could happen? A blown head gasket. But all right, let's see about Labor Day.
Sure is a good thing. With the background? We'll do it with the cam in the background, but that was first heat with the new tires, the brakes, and the bucket. And I mean, coming from an all-season world, 200 treadwear is just, I mean, it's so obviously different. And first lap was awesome. The car gripped harder than I've ever had it grip before, where I have the car set up to oversteer, and I just cut in and I keep steering and I keep steering and it keeps letting me steer. Awesome dynamic, felt great the first time through, and then second lap I was making horrible mistakes where I was overconfident because of that grip, and I feel like a little bit of the grip died off from being cold almost, to where I go into a corner, brake late, turn late, and I get the understeer. My mistake, I guess. And then on that last run I was really conservative with trying to limit understeer while manipulating oversteer. And yeah, the 200 treadwear just punishes you when you make a mistake, and I like it a lot. It grips really good. I already like it more than all seasons.
We're gonna try to correct like on every.
Oh, I see.
It's gonna try to correct too much. So I'm using now DSC.
Okay. Cool.
Which is,
I figured
it's dangerous because that's what makes you spin, but it can let you spin. But at the same time.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
It's a fun thing. This is the fun part.
Yeah, I'm guessing Sport Plus, you get that freedom to use all that power at that point, right?
The Sport Plus is just the engine, it's just the power. When I'm talking just about the stability control, so the stability control is off.
Okay.
The engine is in Sport, which is a little notch behind the Sport Plus.
I see.
So, but Sport and Sport Plus, the throttle response is like very, I mean, you accelerate, it accelerates immediately. That's the thing. So it's really Sport, because if you're very efficient, it kind of takes time to go there. It just tries to be efficient. But when you're in a competition like this or in a sport setting, you really want the throttle response to be direct.
Right, I see. Oh my god. This thing is so fast. That's insane. That's so fast. Holy crap.
I hit a cone now.
Oh, you did? I was just so awestruck by the speed. That's incredible. Like, you're perfectly like out of control, in control. That's amazing.
It slides around a lot.
That's incredible. Okay, last heat of the day on the Federal RS Pros. At least I'm finding for all-wheel drive, the first run is usually the more important at being aggressive. I find that just cold, they seem to grip a little bit better. So being a little bit aggressive on the first run is important. Everywhere else, I think I can just play it a little more conservatively. And I'll see about how much understeer I'm still getting. Nope, bad boy.
Thank you guys all for watching today. I'm super blasted right now, but today was just a 10 out of 10. Amazing experience. Trying 200 treadwear on a track for the first time, coming from an all seasons world. It was just insane. I ended up getting 5th in all-wheel drive. Basically, the only cars that really beat me were ones that were on slicks and had over twice my horsepower. So I'm honestly pretty happy with where I ended up placing. I gave it my all, and these NA 2.5 liters can only do so much, so the next thing to do is more power. Anyways, I love the 200 treadwear. These RS Pros are absolutely fantastic. Was comparing them all day to my friend's Evo who had RS double Rs, and honestly they behave practically the same. Only difference is, I would say, the RS Pros have the water channeling, which is probably better for rainier conditions. Other than that, RS Pros, RS double Rs, one and the same. They have great potential. For 200 treadwear, the price you're paying for, it's almost no loss. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Can't wait to make more content. So stay tuned for the RSTI build.